This is a super fast tutorial on how I make my vegan lunch meat. You can slice it for sandwiches, chop it up for charcuterie boards or snacky lunches, or even cut it up and pan fry it with your favorite gravy or sauces for easy weeknight meals. This recipe is so easy. You need a handful of simple ingredients that we have here. So we're gonna grab our big food processor, all of our simple ingredients, and toss everything except that vital wheat gluten in here to be processed. We're starting with a block of extra firm tofu, not pressed, just strained. A 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast, a teaspoon of your favorite veggie broth powder. You could also use a half of a bouillon cube instead. Garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. Now that's a great base of seasonings for our meat, but you can add in poultry seasoning. I'm just gonna use Italian seasoning. I also really like to add in a ton of pepper so I can get that like peppery turkey style lunch meat feeling, but you can go crazy with whatever spices you really like at this point. I like my lunch meat smoky, so we're adding in 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke, 2 tablespoons of miso for the saltiness and the umami, and a half a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. We have all of our ingredients except for the vital wheat gluten in here, so now I'm going to close this up and process it until it's nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be pretty smooth. We have our nice, smooth, thick, creamy texture in there, and now we're gonna add in our vital wheat gluten. Now we're gonna process this on low for 1 to 2 minutes and let the dough really come together. When that's done, you should have a dough that looks like this. It's kind of springy, it's not too sticky to the touch, and now we're gonna form it into our loaf. Grab a piece of foil. If that bothers you, put some parchment down on top of it, and then dump your lunch meat straight on the foil. We're gonna use our hands just to push it together and form kind of a loaf. We wanna wrap this nice and tight because it is gonna expand when we cook it. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are gonna wrap this up. So we're gonna roll it real nice and tight like a burrito, and then Tootsie Roll the ends so that it doesn't pop out on you. The last step is to steam your seitan loaf. So I'm using my Instant Pot because I want to make this as easy as possible, but you can also steam it on the stove. For the Instant Pot, I just use my trivet and a little bit of water in the bottom, and then I'm going to pop this right in there. And we are going to steam this for 45 minutes and then let it naturally release. Cleanup for this recipe is super easy because of the texture of the lunch meat. You really don't have to deal with any of that sticky, gross residue that sometimes happens when you make seitan. And I made this recipe as hands-off as possible, letting all of our kitchen gadgets do the work for us. This has naturally released, and it's going to be really hot, but we ultimately want to get this unwrapped as soon as you can handle it and let it cool completely on a wire rack. When it first comes out, it's gonna feel a little soft and you're gonna be worried, but don't worry, as it cools down, it firms up. So we wanna let this come completely to room temperature, and then we will package it up and pop it in the fridge. And once it's completely cold, then it's ready to slice. The texture and flavor of this lunch meat is just so versatile. It's nice and firm. It's the perfect texture for sandwiches. It's great for cubing up. I've really been enjoying it on like little cucumber bites lately for lunch. It's just a great way to get a boost of plant-based protein into your diet. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe and that you will give it a try. Leave a comment below with your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one.